Okay, so here we are on day 4. At this point, you guys should have within your possession these notes copied into your protein packet. So the front page of it, what we're looking at is proteins, and we sort of looked at them on the front of our DNA packet where we talked about organic macromolecules. If you remember, our building blocks here are going to be your amino acids, your monomers, but the elements that we're going to be looking at is your carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And all amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins, have the same basic structure along the way. You should know that there are 20 different amino acids. You're not going to have to memorize them. There will be an amino acid chart that goes with that. But when we look at our amino acid structure off to the side, it is always a central carbon. Remember, carbon's going to have 4 bonds around it, so that it is stable. Around it, you will see a carboxyl group, the same that we saw within our lipids. It's the COOH group, so it's carbon double bonded to oxygen with an OH group on the end. The other end is how you kind of know that it's going to be an amino acid. This is our NH2 group, our amino group. Coming off of it, that central carbon is also going to be a hydrogen, and then you're going to see an R group, and that R does not represent an element. That R actually represents a variable. So this is the only part of our amino acid that's going to change. Maybe it's a hydrogen, one type of amino acid. Maybe it's a carbon with some hydrogens around it, another type. And that's kind of what you guys see along the way. So these are examples, or these are your different amino acids. And I kind of went through and circled that particular R group and what makes them a little different from each other. Other than that, you have a central carbon, you got a hydrogen, carboxyl group, amino group on every single one of the 20 amino acids that you have. So once again, that R is just a variable. It's one of 20 different endings. And because of that, the way that we string together these 20 different amino acids, we can make unlimited number of proteins. Kind of think like, hey, I have 26 letters in the alphabet, and when I put those letters together, I can make unlimited number of words. I can make 3-letter words, 4-letter words, I can make 10-letter words if I wanted to, and keep going. Every time I change a letter, I'm changing the word. Same thing here. Every time you change an amino acid, you will be changing a protein. We talked about their uses. So we said that they can be used for enzymes. We did a lab on it. Antibodies to keep us healthy. They help build muscles. They make your hormones. They transport oxygen throughout your blood. It's your hemoglobin. They help with the collagen within your skin. They grow your hair. They grow your nails. Where we get them from, or how we get these amino acids into our body, is you guys assimilate the proteins that you eat. So you eat meat, you eat soy, you eat beans, nuts, egg whites, whatever it may be. You're breaking that protein down in the little itty bitty building blocks, which are those amino acids. And then our body rearranges those amino acids into a form that we're able to use. How's that get done? Well, let's go through and think about what we did before, which is dehydration synthesis. So here's amino acid number 1. I don't really care what one it is. There's my R group. Here's amino acid number 2. We're going to join these two together. In order to do that, dehydration synthesis is how we're creating bonds. So we lose a hydroxyl off of one, we lose a hydrogen off of the other, and now we're going to create a bond between these two amino acids. That bond that you see there is known as a peptide bond. It is created through dehydration synthesis, and it joins 2 amino acids. Remember, we're taking out water, so you should see that as a product. When we have 2 amino acids joined together, it is known as a dipeptide. If I keep adding them, I create a polypeptide, poly meaning many, and that polypeptide is also known as a protein. The more amino acids I bond on, the more peptide bonds I'm going to have.